It's off. It's on. I think it's on. I think what is blinking it means is he's being at work. It's at work. Jeez. How do white people deal with this? Or rather, people with straight hair, because there's Indians and whatnot. But yeah, how's it going, everybody? Does it look good? That looks good on the other side. It's going. So, jeez, this looks kind of weird. Okay. There we go. Fluff it up. Fluff it up. Okay. How's it going, everybody? So, I'm going to be doing this is just a response to this YouTuber. Now, it's new news or recent news as of this time of September 7 of 2021. And yeah, so they got these, sorry, must adjust. So they got this dude named LongBeach Griffy, and I guess because at first I seen a video of his saying, you know, how does it feel to be canceled and stuff like that, and I'm like, huh, I didn't know this guy was gonna be being canceled. I'm gonna just kind of trail it back because I'm on this other dude's what do you call it? No, this other video called No Jumper. I am definitely trying not to have Vlad vibes. I'm hopeful. I'm just gonna hope he's not gonna be a Vlad dude, but that's besides the point. So, I was like, something he's getting canceled, and then I searched the comments like I usually do. Sorry, it's not. I don't type so much up. You know. Jeez, sorry. It's like it's very bright out here. It's still bright. Wow, gosh. Let's get that like some mercy. Yeah, so I was scrolling and I was just sitting here figuring out like, so what the heck is going on with this guy? So I checked the comments and they said like the guy is defending a friend who's accused of a crime of the Philly kind. And I guess they was trying to make him like guilty by association, and so they tried to cancel him for it. First time I've heard this guy he was some sort of like a conservative YouTuber, and so a friend of mine referenced me to him, and they say he was funny. He got some funny videos. I was just like, because again, I'm not a conservative or a liberal. I consider myself a moderate. So sometimes I'd be like, sometimes the conservative crowd is a little tripping sometimes. They tripping sometimes. And so when I heard, because again, the reason why I say that is because black conservatives, from my perspective, from what I've seen, usually start making these claims about like issues like racism, a bunch of other stuff, and that it's not real, or rather it's not as much as people make it out to be. And they do a lot of like pushback on like popular issues that may involve them. And so but at the same time he makes like funny content. So I was like, I might be I might be confusing for somebody else, but that was the impression I got of this guy. And so when I heard he was canceled, I'm like, I didn't really care, to be honest, because again, but to my opinion, conservative YouTubers, I'm like, it's out of my hands, man. It's out of my hands. But yeah, it turns out it's something else, you know. So I'm going to do a review. God dang, that's an hour. Nah, I'm gonna do a little bit to this guy, but I'm like, nah, I can't. I'm gonna have to just sit down and watch that. Good Lord, like, why? Oh wait, thank you. Yo, what? What? Okay, I'm just gonna have to. I will just continue this guy because I was like, yo, what's with this other dude? He out here making these chapters. His title's about the issue, but his chapters that kind of detail the issue of what he's talking about has nothing to do with it. Let me just continue. So this is gonna be from the No Jumper podcast. Gonna be doing, I guess it's a reaction. Sure, I can call it that. All right.
No Jumper, coolest podcast in the world, and today we have a man. How y'all doing? What's going on? Long Beach, Griffy, in the place to be. I was just showing a lot of your content to like a room full of people, and when I say your name, okay, you feel me? Like I just don't like that extra attention. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Like, sorry. When I watched this, I was like, "What do you mean?" Sorry. There's no context here. Let me play this back.
Say what's up. Get your pictures. Keep it moving. That make me feel. No, I'm sorry, but I like that because I don't like people coming up to me and telling me, "Oh yeah," like talking about my videos. Like I hate that. You hate it? Why? Because I don't like when people. I hate talking about myself. I feel like the only reason you talking to me right now is because I'm on the internet. You feel me? Like I just don't like that extra attention. You know what I mean? Like I'm like, say what's up, get your pictures, keep it moving. That make me feel more comfortable. But isn't that a weird thing though? Because I relate to that to a certain extent too. Where I was like, a lot of times when I'm out in public, I'm like, Jesus Christ, I just want to be left alone. Like I can't handle all this fucking attention. But
so that's some very straight. Had nothing to do with anything. It just made me think. You guys, now this guy from the No Jumper podcast has 3.93 million subscribers. Yet he wants to be left alone. That doesn't make any sense to me. It don't. Because if you have a public platform and you have that many subscribers, how do you not get noticed? It don't make any sense to me. How do you not get attention? Being so widely acclaimed. It's one thing, okay, like for instance, MF Doom, he had an alias. He didn't let anybody, he let his personal life and his rap career become separate entities in and of themselves. MF Doom was clearly an entity. Whatever his real name was, because I forgot it. Okay, let's be honest, I didn't know it. But his real life persona is that it's something entirely. And I think that's genius because you see people and you see them just have, sorry, also got my whole friend of mine give me this while he was in Japan. Sorry, it says, sorry, trying to check my hands. Kaze Kami. So sorry, get that a little back together. So it's kamikaze. So it's pretty much the I'm still trying to figure out like why they still have headbands like these. It's a little strange. But it's from my American perspective. I actually have to see why do those still around? What does that mean to the Japanese? And if that's just like a term for them or something. But yeah, I'm just like, if you don't like the attention, and I get it, they have different names and stuff like that. But if you have a different alias, I mean, why not have a different alias? And I get it. Maybe they just want to just be themselves, But I'm like, isn't that part of the appeal? That again, a celebrity is somebody who's widely celebrated. So they celebrate you because of you and your content, your likeness and your content. So it's just, it somewhat comes with the territory. If you say, man, I don't like talking about myself, I'm like, maybe not get famous, because again, I'm a nobody for this moment. So people watch me and they may not see my videos. Friend of mine commented me on my video. I was pretty thankful. But again, I don't have a million, dillion, cajillion subscribers, so maybe it just don't hit different for me. I just think to myself, like, if you widely know, maybe think about this ahead of time. I don't know. I'm being a little ignorant because I don't have I just don't have that size to understand. But it's just like, if you want to be left alone and stuff like that, maybe you shouldn't have a public platform on which you have all this viewership, because you literally are not a private figure. You are a public figure. So it makes zero sense to me as to why you would want that, being a public figure. Sorry, getting all this acclaim. Like, of course, you get all this attention. You made the attention. Like, his video right here is 285K. 285,000 people have watched this thing. And you want to be left alone? That means you get 0 views. I mean, And plus, he's over the 5K mark, so of course he's gonna get ad revenue, AdSense, and all that stuff. And so he's gonna be paid for this, as far as I can understand. But he got a whole studio, so I couldn't tell you what that would mean for him. But yeah, it don't make no sense to me. Let me just continue.
Then Max, at the same time, it's like, well, then why did we dedicate our entire lives to becoming famous on YouTube if we didn't want people to acknowledge?
I'm glad he just asked my question. Okay, let me just keep going.
Just
Yeah, and it's a double-edged sword because it's like you don't know if this person is going to ever see you ever again. So it's like, why can't you be performative and just compromise at least like 10 seconds of your time? Just be like, oh yeah, thanks, bro, I appreciate it. Take a picture, you know what I'm saying? And then keep it pushing because you don't know you know what I'm saying. But at the same time, it's like, move, nigga. I don't want to. You feel me? Like you gotta.
And that's my point. Just like with celebrities, like the wider no celebrities like Beyonce, they need to live in a gated community and essentially have a house on the hill. Why? Because they are too celebrated. They can't even have a regular night out. I think I heard this thing like years ago, where Beyonce was at a park and her kids, and they just wanted to chill out. They just wanted to have a regular day at the park and enjoy with their kids and stuff like that, which is, the irony, right? They just want a bit of normalcy, but they're like widely acclaimed, And the thing is just like, they know what it's like. They know, they essentially they sacrifice their privacy, or rather they sacrifice their normalcy to be widely celebrated, to be a celebrity. So it's like, you can't have and you can have whatever you want. You can have a social phobia if you want to, but like, if you have a social phobia, don't get upset. I'm sorry. Like you're well known now, whether for your content or your likeness or your entertainment or whatever. You're well known, and I'm not saying like too bad, because some people can get real like scary about that stuff, like real predatory. They like the paparazzi. Imagine if the paparazzi came at these YouTubers. Sorry, these YouTubers. It's a little weird. Okay, it's a little weird. But these YouTubers, because the phone's there, and it's blocking the phone is there. But yeah, imagine if these YouTubers came after these paparazzi came after YouTubers like they do regular celebrities. It would just be like they would get too much attention, right? They would get far more attention than seeing Yoko Ono on the street and just chilling and say, hey man, I like your favorite videos, especially this one about this topic and this topic and this topic, thing. And I'm like, I don't know, man. It's like, you can't just, I get there should be a balance, and maybe people should have a bit more class and engage with people who are well known. But I remember I had my first fan moment. There's this Christian artist, his name is Shobaraka. I don't know if he remembers me or not, but I was a big fan of his because he was a conscious artist, and he was a Christian, and I was a big fan of his. And I made a comic. I still have a comic. It's online and all that stuff. But I made this comic, and I was gonna give him out to like, I think I had like 2 or 3, and I gave one away, and I gave one to him, and I was just happy because I seen him. He was in the flesh. I always seen him on TV, and I just fangirled out. And I think that made him uncomfortable. I gave him one of my comics, and I went away to pray because I was like checking my heart. But then I looked at it and I'm like, maybe I could have been. I feel like the impression when I did see it, I was like, what if I went away to pray to see like, oh, I hope he reads, I hope he does something with it. Because I thought about that. But my initial impressions was just hey, I appreciate you as a person. But again, I can see how all that attention is just kind of scary, because it's just like, this person worships you almost, and you just like, I need you to chill out, man, dude. Give me space, and it's just, it's a hard deal, I'm not sure I understand it, but the idea that people know a lot about you more than you gave them, the person initially, it's a little, I can see how that's a little confusing on the receiving end. Just thinking about it, because it's like, you've never met this person, but this person's such a big fan of you. They just like, oh my gosh, I gotta talk to you, and he's just like, Jesus, there's a lot of attention. I need need you to do what you got to do and keep it pushing, bro. Like, so I can empathize with what he's saying, because yeah, I mean, I don't know what that's truly like, but I can see that that's a little distressing. Here, let me get this drink right quick, but let me continue.
My face, like I'm chilling with my people. I'm changing my son. Why are you behind me right now trying to get a picture?
As soon as you introduce kids into the equation, that's when it starts to get weird. Like if someone asks me for a photo and I'm like holding my kid,
Literally,
I'm just kind of like, doesn't this feel weird to you?
yeah, that's strange as fuck. Like people outside of this, outside of being famous, don't understand how fucking annoying it.
Sorry, got a notification for some reason. It's probably a thunderstorm warning. 1 second. Okay, so let's keep it moving.
It is like that nigga. I'm with my kid, and niggas will take pictures and send it to my DMs and be like, "Yo, I caught you slipping. What the fuck? How was that? Nigga, how was that funny? Nigga, that's weird."
I don't know, because I think it's just the tone that I don't like. I get it. That's him. He's annoyed, but I'm like, dude, you're a YouTuber who's well known. I'm like, if you think this is bad for you, imagine top YouTube people who are like PewDiePie. You gotta strike up a balance. You can't just be like, I hate this attention that I gave for myself. I'm like, yeah, you gave it for yourself. You know, why are you upset about it? But I just don't like this whole like you should know better type feel. Cause he's putting all this responsibility on them. When I'm like, dude, this is you, dog. You decided to set up a profile and set up content for yourself. Like, I get it. That's strange. But I'm like, now you know what celebrities feel when the paparazzi are hounding them. Because it's the idea of, again, and that's part of the paradigm of the internet. It breeds these this parasocial relationship, which I may want to say is parasitical relationship, where how people, they have this image of you that they think they know you, but they don't really know you like that, you know. But he's getting upset because you're not used to, like, I don't really know how to recognize that to myself. Again, I'm not famous and stuff like that, so I know I know for myself to own my time, but also I'm a shut-in, so I'm like, I enjoy just sitting on my own. But yeah, you chilling on your own. I can see how that's annoying because you're just trying to do regular stuff, but I'm like, when you become a public figure, that's it. You're a public figure, so when you're out in the public, no offense, but you're gonna get that attention, you know. And just strike up a balance. Like, I get it that it's a dual responsibility, but you're on the internet, and if you become highly famous, it's a little unfair, because not unfair for like me or whatever, but it's like it is an unequal relationship, because just like with this No Jumper dude, there are 3.9 million subscribers who are subscribed to him. That's not just people who just check you out and don't care. These are people who are in tune, wanting to see what you're going to talk about, wanting to see what you're about. And this dynamic is pretty cool in itself, because I mean he's not really creating content to like what'd you call it, to connect with people in a sense that like he's entertaining them. You know, when people laugh and stuff, they lower their guard, you know. And so it's a sense of entertainment. But it's like, you know, if you're famous, dog. So I'm like, you got to get used to it. Otherwise, stop posting content and just disappear for a moment, you know. And even then, it's too late because you're already well known. So it's just a little unfortunate, because the paradigm of the internet kind of has created this weird relationship, because you're just, you know, we're watching this one dude do stuff, even if he's making skits and whatever. He's one dude, and there's millions of people all around watching this one guy. And again, they may like it the checks might be nice, right? But I'm like, you now get the other side of it. It's not like they're gonna sit here and leave you alone because, oh, I want more privacy. I'm like, no, you're a public figure. You like you're in a public space. Yes, it might be just stress or stuff and attention you don't like, but again, you're in a public space. You're a public figure now, so you have to work around it. You say, "Oh, I can't be myself. I gotta." I'm like, yes, you probably do because again, the situation that you struck up for yourself isn't natural. Like, imagine if every person was treated like a celebrity, where they got all that attention hounded on them. That's what the internet. I'm sorry, all that attention hounded on them. That's essentially what it's like to be a celebrity because people celebrate you for your talents or your perceived identity on the internet. And so it's definitely unnatural for everybody to know your name, but it happens, and it happens even in a inappropriate sense because it is inappropriate. It's you and a million people watching you, waiting, trying to see what your every move is. But yeah, let's move forward.
But do you put pictures of your kid on the internet?
I do, man. I love
Me
my
too,
kids
so much. I can't help.
Michelob Ultra Organic Seltzer. Two flavors
I
bursting
couldn't tell you, bro.
They'll make
I told myself I'd never be that
Couldn't
nigga.
tell
I'd
you.
be like, I'm doing that shit every time. Nigga, like, every time he just.
And that's I don't even know. I don't know how to feel, bro. Cause I mean, they look like they're my age, like in their late 20s, if not early 30s, and they now they talking about, hey, I like putting my kids out there in the internet. What do you want to do, bro? What do y'all want to do? Do y'all want to? Oh man, I hate this public life that I put out for myself, and now I got 1 million subscribers. I'm like, isn't that the goal though? What people do? They want to get 1 million subscribers. So what? You want them? You want to take their viewership, but not take their viewership. You want the public. You want their viewership from the comfort of your own home, but you don't want their viewership in public places. I'm not saying that sometimes it's right. I'm not saying it's right, but I'm saying that if it's consistent, it's the consistent. Wow. It is consistent. So I'm just saying, if you're a public figure, then you got to do public stuff. All right, let's move it.
So even though I understand when I see people say like I don't put my kid on the internet, I don't put my wife on the internet, etc., I'm like, I feel you, and you're definitely keeping your life very simplified by doing that. But for me, it's like I'm so used to just like I used to put all the drugs and the random girls and all the crazy shit on my fucking story, so it would feel weird to not put like the thing I'm currently enamored with, which is my kid.
Yeah.
How can I not?
Things that you actually care about.
So
I guess, man. I don't know. The most I can say with that is just, I don't know, man. I can't say this from a person who knows what that's like, but I am gonna say this from a person who, on the outside looking in, and say, hey, your position is not my position. I'm a regular nobody weirdo who's just roaming around. And again, I guess it's ironic because I experienced the pleasures of a nobody when you think about it, because I like my solitude and I will get my solitude. Most people don't know me, and I just roam around and people they don't know. Sorry, they don't know. And so with them, they have to be public figures, get all the acclaim, the AdSense, the revenue, the attention, the exposure, and I guess some of the perks might be if. Sorry, I paused at a weird time. Another things would be if they want to promote a product or promote a product of their own, they could, and they will get that exposure, and people would support them financially, and that's pretty cool, But you got to take the good with the bad, and so I mean, I don't know, man. I feel like when it's like the thing where it's kind of like the thing of Jesus when he says like you're not your own, you're bought at a price, and then in conjunction with the idea of Christ where he says, okay, you have to love other people. You have to deny your life for Christ's sake, who calls you to love other people, share the gospel. Share the gospel. Sorry, I didn't say it clear enough. And reach people, with your hands, with your feet. And I don't mean like literally like a Tekken move where you're flying and, I'm sorry, that's like a Street Fighter move. You flying in midair with your hands out. I'm talking about like you have to do stuff for them. You have to, if it means walking with them, talking with them, performing tasks for them and stuff like that. And I think it's interesting because I believe even that, like for instance, Jordan Peterson, he's blessed people with his works, and that has made him a person to be celebrated. And so he tries to be very empathic and understanding about that reality, and because he knows that people, they respect him. They have a sense of respect for him. So he's not an entertainer or anything like that. Forgive me, people love people for their entertainment, but I don't think for people like Peterson, where he's giving them actual help, they come to help. They come to thank him. With entertainers, I guess they do it like a job. And again, I don't really understand that dynamic because it's just you perform a task that requires the attention of people, and then the attention of people is the same thing that gets you heated. It don't make sense. And with Peterson, he's like, hey, people say, hey, I'm sorry to interrupt you with this and that, but I'm thankful. He says, no, thank you, I appreciate that. And again, he's an older gentleman too, so he might have a lot more awareness about how to approach people in his position and stuff like that. So he was just a lot more gracious. But again, it might be the age difference where they're like, these people are like more not conservative, but in a social sense. And it might be I'm not thinking politically. I'm thinking like most of those just introverted. They're like, I don't want to be around people and stuff like that. I want to be in the comfort of my own vicinity, people, home, stuff like that. So it just reminded me of him that celebrities are people who are celebrated, and so just like you're celebrated for your entertainment, you can also be celebrated for how you help people. And I guess I was just happy for him because he didn't have this on the outside looking in, a snobbish view of people, because you make these videos to entertain them. So why by these same people you're annoyed? It's just a little weird to me, But yeah, I think that's it.